The following podcast may contain adult language and an abundance of salt. So get ready, nerds, because we're talking Star Trek, the original series, episode 18, The Arena. Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us in this episode of the Salty Nerd Podcast. We're talking one of the most iconic episodes of the original series in Star Trek, The Arena, where Captain Kirk fights the Gorn. I'm joined, as always, by my fantastic panel of nerds. Matt Vader's back. What's up, dude?
Buddy, I am so happy to be here. It has been a hell of a day.
I'm very happy that you're here as well. Your stunt cock, Tom, performed well.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad.
We have dubbed him the Salty Nerd Stunt Cock.
I saw that. Yeah, I watched that part. It's appropriate.
It is. Yes. Also joining us today, Jude. Welcome.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
So last episode, you were not into the show.
I was a little meh.
Are you back?
On the show, on the episode.
On the episode. Are
Yes.
you back in like the... This is amazing.
I'm back.
All right, cool, sweet. Right on. Matthew Cadish is also here, the man behind the curtain. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. I am looking forward to talking about the Gorn episode, especially considering that they've played a major part in the latest Star Trek series, Strange New World. So it's going to be fun to kind of compare and contrast that. And this is just an all-around great Shatner episode. I love Shatner in this episode, so it's going to be fun to talk about
his monologues that he thinks he's tape recording on his little devices.
It's like, what are you doing, man? You're telling the guy everything you're doing.
He's like holding his phone up, like doing an Instagram vlog. So, guys, I'm over here trying to create this bomb.
As I take these components and I mix them together and I put them in this bottomless
What's up, guys?
tube.
It's me and the Gorn.
And this also started the tradition of Kirk getting his shirt ripped.
Yes, yep. The first time we get to see shirtless Kirk.
I don't know if anything is going to be as sexy as that first Salt Vampire episode, but this was a good episode.
You know my favorite part, and I see it way more now when I'm watching these episodes because of you.
Is it the Gorn's polka dot jumper?
No. It's the infamous Kirk zig-zag.
Yes.
Yes.
Boop, boop, boop. And then Spock cannot fucking do it. Okay?
No.
He cannot. He just, I'm going to run in a straight line. And it's really funny. And I laugh every time I see it now.
Well, it's illogical to do this when you're shipping.
I know.
It doesn't make any sense.
He zigs, he zags. He hits a bomb and he goes 30 feet up in the air and does a perfect somersault and lands in a perfect ball.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He zigs, he zags, he drops, he rolls.
And also Kurt's tactical role.
Yes. Yeah. See, I haven't seen the newest episode of Strange New Worlds where they reintroduced the Gorn. So I'm curious. I'm gonna be picking your guys' brain.
You don't need to watch it.
What is? You didn't like it?
No. I fucking
Is he
hated
wearing
it.
a jumper?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'm curious.
No, so the Gorn don't actually appear, but they had an episode in the middle of the Strange New Worlds first season where basically it was the first part of this episode kind of like retold. So like the Gorn set a trap and lure in a Starfleet ship and then attack them with their spaceships and stuff. But you never actually get to see them in that episode.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. So this is how we do it, guys. This is a Patreon content. We're going to break down this episode scene by scene, talk about what we like, what we don't like, and have a ton of fun doing it. So thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. We're going to dive into the arena. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, if you guys want to support what we do here and play an awesome mobile game, head over to saltynerd.com/DC and download Dragon Champions. It's a really fun mobile game where you guys get to collect your heroes, upgrade them, create your own little team to go on raids and stuff like that. And if you guys get to level 20 with our help, you can type in Salty in the promo code area. You can join our Salty Nerd Podcast Guild, which is ran by one of our patrons, JT. Those guys have been having a lot of fun over there. They're much more skilled than I am at Dragon Champions, and they have been going on some raids and having a lot of fun over there. So hop in, join the community. We have a dedicated chat in our Discord just for Dragon Champions. So if you're just starting out, you need a little help, you can ask some of the experts who are already playing that are part of our guild. That is saltynerd.com/DC. All right, let's get into the arena. Take it away, Kadish.
All right, Season 1, Episode 18, Arena of the original series. Captain Kirk and the landing party beamed down to the Federation observation outpost on Cestus 3 at the invitation of its commander, Commodore Travers, who has received quite the reputation for setting a fine table and with his personal head chef. When the away team arrives, they discover that the invitation was a ruse and the colony has been destroyed by a mysterious foe. After the landing party takes cover and Kirk declares full alert, they discover a single human survivor in the ruins named Lieutenant Harold. Spock quickly locates the presence of other life forms nearby, but no other colonial survivors. His tricorder reads them as cold-blooded creatures, but definitely not human. O'Hurley attempts to scout them out, but is immediately disintegrated by an alien weapon as the landing party is bombarded by a massive shelling attack. Captain, I think I see something.
Dude got fucked up.
It's like, listen, man, when you're like going on an away mission and you're with Spock, Kirk, and was it Bones?
Yeah,
Bones was there too.
And you're like no name red shirt dude.
Yeah,
you're done.
Well, he was blue shirt, right?
No,
he was.
Was he a red shirt? Oh,
absolutely.
Okay, cool. Because there was somebody else that was with him that was a blue shirt.
No, he was absolutely a red shirt. Because I made a comment while we were watching. It's like, that dude's dead.
Yeah. There's no way you survive that. You're on an away mission and you're not a main character.
It's like, no, Captain, don't take me. I don't want to go. Don't make me do it. Please let me change my shirt. Please. Come on.
It's like it always reminds me of that part from Galaxy Quest where Guy comes up and he's like,
Guy.
Guy. He starts freaking out because he's like, haven't you ever watched the show? I'm dead.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even have a name.
I'm just crewman number 6.
You know what the opening of this show reminded me of, this episode, was it reminded me a bit of the start of Best of Both Worlds Part 1 from Next Generation. When they beam down and the colony's gone. Same thing. They beam down here and the colony's destroyed.
It's just destroyed.
It's like, we're under attack. Red alert.
Yeah.
You know,
this episode did get started quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it was like,
well, what's funny is like the start of this episode, it's just like Kirk and McCoy saying like, oh, the Commodore, he sets a fine table. Oh yeah, one of the benefits of rank. Like they're just talking about like how much they're looking forward to eating.
This is so rude. Like, if somebody invited me to a dinner party and I got all dressed up and it turns out it was just a trap and they wanted to kill me, I'd be really annoyed.
it's like, I was promised hors d'oeuvres.
I mean, where's the wine?
Where's the wine? You show up and everything's just on fire.
It's much easier to kill me after I've had a couple.
How crazy was that set when they first beamed down there, though? Because it was like a huge open area, and I couldn't tell if it was a matte painting or if they actually just had a really big soundstage with like all this shit behind them. It was cool.
This is a parking lot.
It was just a parking lot somewhere.
It's outside town a little ways.
I think around the time that they were shooting the original series, Paramount had these like big, like kind of like Western sets out there that they would redress for like the science fiction stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was just on the Paramount back lot somewhere. And then they moved to like Death Valley or that national park for like the actual fight scene.
Yeah.
This picture of it looks kind of like, oh crap. This picture of it looks kind of like it's a medieval set.
Really?
Like
I can see that.
Like they're in some kind of like medieval town, kind of like backlot thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like castle walls with the turrets and stuff on there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool. It's a good looking set.
they did a lot of probably sharing of the sets on the backlot back then.
It's like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly / Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the funnier things about this episode is so like when they find like the sole survivor who like they kind of establish that it's been days since like the colony was attacked and this guy's just kind of been like slowly dying over the course of many days and he's just like lying there. And Kirk's first thing is like, wake him up, Bones. I want to know what happened here. Just like no regard for the guy's like health and safety.
Doesn't give a
I
shit.
mean, he doesn't even have a name.
Yeah. Wake him up. Tell me what happened. The plot needs it.
Crewman.
All right, go ahead.
Look out for that
happens
mortar. Oh shit. It hits in the same spot every time.
Really?
Blowing up out of that bush. Yeah,
There was
funny.
we'll get there in a minute, but when they started actually throwing some mortars around, there was an explosion that was
Jesus.
surprisingly
Yeah, we'll
close
get
to
there in a
Leonard
second.
Nimoy. Go ahead, take it away.
All right. While the landing party is being bombarded, the USS Enterprise comes under attack in orbit by an unidentified starship. With her deflector screens up, the Enterprise cannot beam the landing party aboard. Kirk orders Lieutenant Sulu to return fire with the phaser banks, but it has little effect as the alien ship has screens up as well. Kirk orders the use of photon torpedoes, but the torpedoes are ineffective as the alien is too far away even for visual contact. The captain orders Sulu to take whatever action is necessary to protect the Enterprise, be it leaving orbit or engaging maximum warp. Sulu opts for the former and takes the ship away from Cestus 3.
Sweet.
That was some riveting strategy on the part of Sulu up there.
You know what?
Fire the lasers! Fire the lasers into nothingness. Yeah.
like Sulu was like kept calling Kirk, like asking him what to do. Kirk's like on the planet, like, bro, just fucking handle it.
And he's also pushing the fire button and steering the ship at the same time.
Like,
I got the bridge all by myself because everybody else is down on the planet.
fucking useless.
I should be up there with my ship.
Is it a horror?
Where's Chekhov? Oh, he's not on the show yet.
Horror's in the corner, just like staring at him, like I don't know what to do. She's useless.
She was very emotional this episode.
Yeah.
I love her emotes.
She's
Oh
the best. She is the best.
Yeah, you'll see those later.
And the green hoop earrings make a return.
Hell yeah, dude.
She was looking good in this episode. Her hair was different too, I think, wasn't it?
Looks good in every episode.
This is true. That's a fair point, Jude. Very fair. Yeah, I think it was a little bit weird that like Kirk was captaining the ship from the ground via his little cell phone thing, and he's like, just fucking turn left, Sulu.
Protect my ship. Get it out of here. Don't worry about us.
We'll worry about us when the ship is safe.
Yeah, he was super worried about his ship. He's like, God damn it, I left it in the hands of Sulu. Fuck.
Yeah, Sulu's just like, okay, we're out of here. See you guys later.
He's
Like,
all,
I'm
oh
really sorry.
my.
Thought we were just going to a dinner party.
Yeah.
Sulu's like, that's one crazy dinner party.
There's like explosions going off. That's good stuff.
I also like how like it's not shield yet. It's just the screens.
Screens. Yeah, that threw me. I'm like, what are screens?
They're like Instagram filters.
Yeah. It's very strange.
They don't have shield yet.
Well, they do.
Well,
They do. They just call
they
them
call
screens.
them screens.
Just whoever wrote this episode didn't know what they were called. That's all.
All right, what happens next?
All right. Kirk makes his way to the colony's arsenal, avoiding large blasts from the unidentified attackers. Zigzag, zigzag. And retrieves a grenade launcher. Spock and Kelowitz rendezvous with him as the first officer reports that the enemy troops are moving towards their location. Kelowitz reports that Lang has been killed and gives Kirk his best guess as to where they have moved, and Kirk launches the grenade in that direction. The tactic proves successful as the aliens begin to decamp back to their vessel, allowing Sulu to return with the Enterprise and retrieve the landing party and quickly set a pursuit course of the attacking ship. In sickbay, Harold tells Kirk and Spock of the attack on the colony. The aliens had knocked out their phasers with their first salvo, leaving the colony defenseless, and confirms Kirk's earlier theory that the aliens had faked the message from the colony, diverting the Enterprise to Cestus 3 in an attempt to destroy the Enterprise, the only protection in that part of the Federation. Such a move, a prelude to invasion, suggests the correct course is to overtake and destroy the enemy before he can return to his home base and report. Kirk orders the ship to battle stations and to Warp 6 to overtake the aliens.
I do have a quick correction.
So we're back on the ship,
Now we are. Yeah.
but we gotta do the
We got to talk about the mortar.
the mortar.
Yeah, I got to talk about this thing.
Yeah.
That was not just
Jesus.
a mortar. That shit was a fucking nuke.
It was.
He freaking thugunk, and it was like, boom, and the whole screen turns freaking red, and you're just like, holy shit.
Random red shirt dude's like, I don't know if you want to hit it that close, Captain. This is quite the piece of arsenal for.
What kind of freaking ordnance was that? Holy shit.
It's like Southwest 150 yards, vector 184.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, random dude. It's like
I think he said it was 1,000.
I don't know.
It was a 1,057 yards or something like that away.
It was very precise.
What was
Very
that-
precise.
What was the
Very
word they
precise.
were using? It was like imminence or something.
I
I don't know.
don't know. I don't remember.
It was
don't
like I guess it meant distance, or maybe I'm.
Maybe.
Oh, they were.
Wrong.
It was.
Did they trekify it?
No, it was a line. It was a line term for,
Okay.
on a map.
Okay.
Like
Is it a real term?
no, it is a real term.
Okay. Okay.
But it didn't. I've never really heard it used in that context.
Okay.
You know. So
but I just
I thought it was just a Trek term.
I thought
No.
they were gonna just like thugunk and then have
Well,
the
that's what they
freaking
did.
boom, but it was like
a nuke.
thugunk and then
Yeah, it blew up the whole screen.
the whole screen.
Well, before that, Spock realized that they were tracking them via his tricorder, and so he had to like throw his tricorder away, and that got blown up.
Well, they made a bomb
immediately.
out of it. They did a feedback.
And even the
loop on it.
tricorder zigzagged.
So they never show the Gorn in this part, but they know where they are because of the tricorder, I guess, right? Or they figure out like, hey, this is
Well,
where they
they're
are.
lucky because if they were like baby Gorn, they would have like been chasing them
So
around,
here-
spitting at
this
them
is what I was gonna
and filling
ask
them
you
up with
guys.
egg sacs.
Were they like
No.
camouflaged in the Strange New Worlds episode? Is that what you said? They were like kind of like predators, like in that way, like you couldn't see them. They had like a cloaking thing or something like that.
So in
No?
Strange New Worlds, they've kind of retconned the Gorn to be like this amalgamation of xenomorphs from aliens and predators. They're kind of like the baby alien predator hybrid at the end of Alien versus Predator.
Mhm.
So like
I don't
they
wanna talk about that movie.
have like heat vision.
Okay.
So like they see based off of like heat, And they're super fast, and they can kind of like camouflage, like whatever they're up against, they kind of blend into.
Like chameleons?
And they chest burst.
They chest burst.
Oh yeah, that's how they're born. So a baby Gorn spits on you, and that infects you with microscopic eggs. The eggs get in your body and grow in like 5 minutes, and then they chest burst out. You like in the movie Aliens?
Yeah.
And then they make all the noises, like
No shit.
and a scene heat vision like in Predator.
Okay. Well,
and they do the stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's
and
how they have to fight. I mean, have you ever seen a Gorn throw a punch?
Yeah. So somehow they go from the world's most evil and dominant predator to the world's slowest lizard.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Didn't it remind you of Chance, the Gila monster?
So in Strange New Worlds, basically the Gorn are presented as like the apex predator of the galaxy.
Right.
And not only do they, do everything that we just said, but they age rapidly.
Mhm.
So like they grow up really quickly.
Okay.
And their intelligence increases as they get bigger. So they become smarter.
Okay.
And also they have adapted to be immune to sensors. So you can't track where they're at.
Yeah, every sensor known to man. They're the perfect predator. They're dumb. They're really dumb.
I don't know, dude. That sounds freaking awesome.
No, dude. They're not.
Why do you not like it?
Because they're completely canon breaking.
How?
Because
Nothing.
This was the first time we'd ever seen a Gorn.
Yes, but nothing in
Ever.
this episode.
There was nothing ever about humans being captured and put in Gorn baby factories and all this fucking war with these giant fleets of Gorn ships. No, it doesn't work. They completely dropped the ball on that Strange New Worlds episode. And they're making them. What's weird is they're making them like one of the mainstay bad guys of the show, like Klingons, and they shouldn't do it.
Why?
Because the canon's already been set. They said in this episode they have no idea what this race is.
But you didn't see him in Strange New Worlds, right?
I don't want to talk about
Yes.
Strange New Worlds because
Yes,
I'm
we
not
did.
watching it.
Okay, sorry.
Well,
But it applies,
Yeah.
and it has to do with the canon of the show.
yeah. In the second to last episode of the season, we do get to see baby Gorn.
Okay.
But we haven't seen a full-grown Gorn yet in that series. But in this episode, they kind of establish that the Gorn are from like an unexplored section of space that's close to Federation territory. And that's where they came from. That's where they were running back to in this episode. So nothing's known about this species until this episode. And the Gorn, it's kind of funny because in the first episode where they show up in Strange New Worlds, they pull a very similar tactic to what they used at the beginning of this episode, where they pretend to be humans, put out a distress signal, and like the ships come to rescue, and then they like pounce and do the trap.
I don't know. I got to watch it myself.
I mean, it's a cool concept for an alien race, a new one, but they shouldn't be Gorn.
They co-opted Gorn.
Yeah,
You know why they did that?
because they don't have any.
No, the director that directed that episode of Strange New Worlds is like a huge freaking Gorn nut. Like he created like
did do it right.
cosplays and all. He's like huge into that kind of stuff.
The whole time I was watching this episode, I just kept seeing, every time I saw the Gorn, I just kept seeing the mascot for our hockey team, the Gila monster.
One of the funny things about this episode is that when Kirk's like pursuing the Gorn ship, he's like, take us to warp factor 6. And Scotty's like, oh, I don't know. every time he like ups the warp drive, it's like, you're going to tear her apart.
Go to warp factor 8. Oh shit! No, not 8.
We've gone plaid.
I mean, meantime, in Next Generation, they're just like, warp 10, go.
Yeah.
Kirk was very aggressive in this episode.
Oh yeah, he was pulling.
When he was chasing after that Gorn
Well,
ship.
he
it's
was
like,
in an arena.
Well, no, before that.
No, before that, when he was jumped on his ship, he was so trigger happy.
We haven't even got to the arena
Yeah,
yet.
but you know what? It's congruent with Balance of Terror because he did pretty much the same thing in that episode.
He was like super aggressive. It's like, we need to get that ship and destroy it.
Now, red alert, go.
Let's go. Kick his ass.
Well, he was pissed that his dinner got ruined.
It's a prelude to
Shatner
Interstellar
loves the
War.
booze.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
like, they had
he
a
was
bottle
like,
of
"There's
wild
no-"
turkey for me.
So you're saying there's no wild turkey?
Fucking kill him.
Wait, no Commodore, no personal chef. What is this bullshit?
We're going to destroy this planet.
Yeah. All right, continue on.
All right. The aliens, aware that the Enterprise is in pursuit, jump to Warp 6 as well. Kirk orders Warp 7 engage, drawing concern from Spock and the chief engineer Scott that a sustained Warp 7 speed would be hazardous to the Enterprise's warp engines. Spock argues against destroying the enemy vessel on the basis of respect for sentient life. Kirk disagrees. His opinion is that a crime has been committed and the perpetrators must be punished. Sulu reports that the aliens have moved to Warp 7 as well. Kirk, mulling over his options, orders the ship to accelerate to Warp 8 and have all weapons departments at battle ready. Closing in at Warp 8, the Enterprise records a scanning beam from an uncharted solar system. The alien is not approaching this system, and it appears that a third party is curious about the Enterprise. The alien abruptly begins to slow, going quickly to sublight speed until finally stopping dead in space. Kirk closes in for the kill, but the Enterprise is soon slowed to sublight as well, stopped dead just like the alien, with all power to the engines and weapons simply cut off. The architects of this reveal themselves, the Metrons, an advanced race who regard intrusion into their space for the purpose of conflict as entirely unacceptable. They remove Kirk from the Enterprise along with the Gorn captain from the alien vessel and deposit them on a suitably prepared world. From there, the two captains will settle their differences using strength and ingenuity and the most basic of weapons. The winner and his ship will be free to go, and the loser and his ship will be destroyed.
Dun, dun, dun.
Those god dang Metrons.
So I got a question for you old school trekkers, because like, how often do they just run into like a godlike alien species?
Quite often.
All the fucking time, right? Like
They're
I'm
in strange new worlds, Alex, where no man has gone before.
I get it, but
you
there's
don't know
like
what's out there.
every freaking episode is like, oh, this alien species is so far beyond our technology, we don't understand them, and they're trying to study us. And then like in Next Generation, it's fucking Q, and like it's like there's always some freaking.
It's a good way for an advanced race to tell us how we're fucking up,
Right.
as terrible human beings.
Are you saying they had a message for us in this
Yeah,
episode?
yeah.
It's like, hey, what's up? My
It's like
name's Zeus.
War is bad. War is bad. Okay.
War's bad. Okay, stop killing each other.
Primitive primates, quit killing each other.
Stop trying to nuke each other, you crazy people.
Yeah.
He did use a nuke in this
Learn to
episode.
zigzag.
Yeah, got to learn to dodge.
Hands off me, you damn dirty Gorn.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I should have been
I thought you didn't
Shatner.
like 8 movies.
We'll get into the banana thing in a minute. I just thought it was interesting because I'm like, I wasn't expecting it. I don't remember ever watching this entire episode.
It's been a long time.
I've seen the arena part where he's like running around the desert and stuff, but I didn't know how they got there. And when they showed up and there's like this god species that just stops the ships mid space and like teleports them to
Well,
the
at least
planet.
it wasn't just like some giant hand in space grabbing the ship and holding it there. We'll see that later.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
that'll happen
You know,
eventually.
it does. It's pretty wild.
I want more vampires.
We got giant lizard people today, Jude. Isn't that good enough?
No, I like the Gorn.
Okay.
But I love the vampires.
Okay, gotcha. I just thought that was interesting. Kind of weird how they just like, yeah, we need some super ominent freaking
We are
species.
going to take your captain
Yeah.
and the other captain and place it on a planet suitable for their sustaining.
You better not. Oh shit, he's gone.
You primitive monkey primate people.
You are skewed towards violence. We will teach you a lesson. I am God. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
It's just fucking weird, man.
Stop being violent. Fight to the death.
Yeah.
We will let one of you live.
And then we'll destroy everybody on the other person's ship.
Be funny if they like cut to the Metrons. They're just like all watching pay-per-view.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
eating
They're fucking
popcorn.
eating grapes in their Greek robes with their little fucking head things.
100%.
The Gorn's line is currently plus 160.
They got a betting.
Taking your bets
They
now.
got a chalkboard in the background of bookies over there.
This is how we are entertained.
Yeah.
It's like a cabin in the woods scenario where like the Metrons are actually like really like degenerate people, but they just dress up as like these like Greek god like
Yeah.
creatures.
Taking bets.
Yeah.
And they're
I
like,
love
hey, where should we have the orgy this year?
It's like they got
I don't want to
Q.
get sand in me.
Like
Yeah.
Metron's got like this in a hotel in Space Vegas. And Q and Square Gothos is in there, and they're all like taking bets and stuff. And it's like, that'd be funny.
It would be funny. Little meta, but I like it.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for this free public part of the show. If you want access to the entire episode, head over to saltynerdclub.com, join the club membership. This is part of our patrons only episodes. We love hanging out with our patrons. And if you join up, it's only $5 a month. You guys get 4 exclusive podcasts just to yourself. Plus, you get all of our podcasts completely ad-free uploaded to the Patreon as well. So if you want all that stuff, you like what we do here and you want to support us, become a club member and you get a lot of perks. So we'd love the attention and we would love the money. So join up. Matt Vader, where can they find you on the socials, bud?
You can find me at MattVader74, mostly on Twitter, also on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
Cool.
So
Jude?
You can find me at I am Juju on Instagram and on TikTok.
All right. Matthew Kadish.
You can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish on Twitter. KadishBooks.com takes you to our Amazon page. And please be sure to sign up for our newsletter at saltylist.com.
All right, guys, we're going to head out. Head over to our Discord if you want to chat with us. And we do watch parties on Monday night that we're watching the Star Trek episodes this month. So if you want to catch one of those, it's completely open to the public. You guys can head over to saltynerddiscord.com and check out our watch parties on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay salty. Patrons.